Milky don't look great. Jacob Miller don't look great. Anthony England, clash of knees. Reece Lynn, another knee, and there was the other one, Kyle Wood, ankle. So crazy game, and there was a lot of naughty stuff went on tonight, which I thought should have been penalised and looked after during the game. I think we've lost, certainly Reece Lynn's knee could have been avoided. There are a couple of other challenges where the players deliberately attack the knee, and the sooner we eradicate that from the game, the better for everybody, I think, because that was just ridiculous. Really disappointing the way that we lost a couple of those blocks. Like I said, I thought it could have been dealt a little bit better, but listen, we move on. It's tough one. We lost 4. It kind of takes a gloss off the result.
With the side that we had, I thought we did compete pretty well for 35 minutes of the first half, and then 4 or 5 minutes of mayhem sort of turned the whole game. So it's a tough one because I think we lost concentration at certain points, but it's hard to get angry at the players when they're doing the best, and a couple of young players in there. So just want to keep the confidence up through this period and support them and make sure that we stick together, really.
I've had a game where we've had one left on the bench, but a crazy game. But I thought the fighting spirit that we showed tonight were unbelievable. We could have easily fallen, and not give up, but the result could have gone a different way, especially with the amount of minutes that some of these middles had to play. Dave Fafita, 80 minutes, is an unbelievable effort. Tried bringing him off after 60 minutes, and he gave me the death stare. So I thought, right, you can stay on, and we'll bring somebody else off. I thought we were outstanding tonight, as were the rest of the pack. But I thought Keegan was good, George King, Coppy were outstanding, and we had to do some shifting around there. We had Matty Ashurst left centre, Tia Rona left back row. Crazy night, but just pleased that we got the win.
And they scored 2 tries from the box down to the field, and it's only 20 metres away. So that was frustrating and disappointing, and sort of was angry at half time. But by the end of the game, I felt for them a little bit. I think we had 4 teenagers in there tonight, so a couple of players in new positions. Zach pulling out before the game from family issues, which probably unsettled the team in warm-up. And losing Tommy Lulu at half-time, so it just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
The amount of possession that we had that first 30 minutes, and we find ourselves 4-0 down, kind of a bit deflating, to be honest. We had a lot of play the balls, all the possession were down inside Wigan's 20-30 metre line, and we couldn't quite get over the line. But credit to Wigan, they just found a way to come up with some big plays defensively. So yeah, it hurt us that, because we were disappointed with 30 minutes. We're actually behind on the score line. But yeah, that was a brilliant run from Dave, and the sooner we get his signature down on paper, the easier and the more sleep that I'll get on that, that's for sure. Listen, Dave don't want to leave. I'm quietly confident that by next week we'll have a signature on paper. He's a key player for us, important player. He's loved by everybody at this club. The majority of people at this club, and I get on really well with Dave. Actually, he just irritates a few of my staff. That's the issue with Dave. But yeah, listen, I'm confident that Dave Fafita will be here for the long term.
The positive out of tonight was we had 2 18-year-olds playing, and I thought they played pretty tough. Yeah. Joe Shorrock made his debut. Morgan Esgray's first start back at fullback. Tommy Davis come back on the right wing, played pretty good. So, I think there was some good signs for the young kids coming through, and I'm happy to support them through this period. And they're Wigan's future. So, and they're really happy with the way they went. But in regards to next week, all those players that you mentioned, Flower, Lachlan, even Lulaboy. They're players that we're going to have to make a decision on next week, and hopefully they can be a part of that. You know, it's probably the biggest game of the year for all supporters, and it's Easter Friday, so it's traditionally packed out stadium at Wigan. We're looking forward to that, and it's got to regroup and make sure we stay positive.
It's been a 100th game in charge of Wakefield. It's a bit of a piss take really from
Congratulations
from one of the guys, Matty Ashurst. He does it to everybody that plays. They've got like big milestones, and you know, big milestone for me tonight. But tonight's probably been the most challenging out of the 100 games, that's for sure.
You know, I thought last week when we had the game won, we won the game twice, but had we had one more senior player in there, we might have been able to manage the game a bit better when it got out of control. So, you know, in regards to the pack that finished last year in the grand final, I don't think there was anyone there tonight from the starting team that started. So when you look at, you know, no Ben Flower, Sammy Powell started at night, so he didn't start at night. You know, Clubb, Farrell, Greenwood, Lachlan, and then your players that aren't there. So completely different team, you know, but yeah, and that's why we've just got to try and stay positive through this period. And I know that when, you know, if we can just get through the next couple of matches and get a win here and there, and you know, I'm not blaming the players that are there at the moment, but I think a few more senior players will probably certainly help us. They played some great rugby in the second half, which I asked why they didn't do in the first half, and you know, they scored 16 points in 20 minutes, and we probably blew 2 or 3 more tries. So, and you know, there's a lot of young faces there. There's a lot of players out of position. There's a lot of fringe players playing on the edges and whatnot. So, I'm looking forward to just making sure that we get through this period in good shape, and then if we can hang in there and get through the back end of the season or halfway through the season, okay, and players start coming back, I think we can do some really damaging stuff at the back end.